Well, I'm sure you can hear in the background there's a lot of road construction going on in front of the house. But it's another rainy day. I'm not at the farm. And this is what I do when I don't have anything critically important going on at the farm. I'm here out on the patio and I'm editing. Wait. Hey, what is this? Wait. What just happened? My vlog got hijacked. Cousin Yik took over. I thought she was putting the camera away. No. She just took over. Let's see how she did. So, imagine my surprise. I sit down to edit the latest installment of the vlog, and there's Yik taking over. Good job. Proud of you. Less for me to do. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. I'm Brent. This is Beekeeping in Paradise, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Well, I'm going to finish editing this, and hopefully you'll hit like and subscribe and keep watching, because I'm excited to find out where this goes. I just have to get some headphones, I think, so I can hear what's going on in the video, because this road construction's noisy.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella shit.
Hi, good morning everybody. It's Brent from Beekeeping in Paradise, and today we are back at the farm, and we've got a lot of work to do today. I've got the backpack mower strapped on and it's running. I'm going to be cleaning up a little bit of the area and then headed out to the bee yard, and I'm going to try and trim all the grass inside the bee yard, and I'm going to try and set up those hive stands today. And while I'm doing this, I've got the rest of the gang out here and they're putting up more barbed wire. So hopefully we'll get that finished today. We'll get the bee stands completed today, and some of this grass cutting taken care of, fight back some of the weeds that have overgrown. And of course it's raining, so it's been sunny all week. Of course it's gonna rain today, but we'll fight through it. We'll get there.
guys, welcome to the vlog of my kuya. Beekeeping in Paradise, Philippines. There, my kuya. So, wow. Horsey. Hi, Horsey. Guys, ako sa taas. I-video nila ni Pabling. Politician ay niligoy. Iwas sila sumpay sa Taiwan. Mag-wire dahil sa masakol. Maniawa sila guys. Okay. Sa Ayan sila. Iwas ng sumpay sa mag-wire. Patuloy siya sa ubos. Ayan sila guys. Bonus ulit mission. Ini si Medikoy. Ako si Pabling. Hi boy. I-upload naman eh.
Hi.
Medikoy, busy kayo. Ya, bonus Medikoy.
Diyan ang asawa niya, no?
Ha?
Ang asawa niya?
Haman.
Ito ang asawa ni Amerikano.
Uy, dumi, asawa na kayo. Yeah, hi. Hi guys.
Aw. Klaro na ay.
Bonus na mga ugihan kayo. Mga back-up ni Kuya Brent. Mga back-up. Ayan. Hinay lang ang hindi masamad. Wala lang masamad ang tanong. Hinay mo. Hinay. The apple. Ay nangka. Naot ang bunga. Sayang kayo. Isa. Duha. Upat na nangka ni. Upat na nangka. Ay bunga. Naot. Usaw ay mga. Ipupong. Nini mo laylay. Nini mo laylay ang alam ko. Wanang ahon niya. Ipin. Angan. Nini mo laylay. Wala, madena uy. ลงประมาณนี้มันลงมาnow we spend very much on this. Okay. Yeah, good time. No, I love that if I do. No. No.
I figured it out. Thank you. All right, so there we have it. One completely cleaned up bee yard. And ironically, bee yard number 1. We've got it clear. Thank you to the grass cutter and a little bit of hard work. That was not bad at all. And I'm amazed. This looks so much better. And we've got our lumber here. We've now got our hollow blocks are here. We've got rebar here, and we're good to go for creating bee yard number 1 in its completion, except for the bees. So we get these hive stands built in just a few minutes here, and I've got a level so we get those at least somewhat close to the way that we need them, because we are going to be drawing a lot of natural wax. We are going to need them more level than usual. So the other guys are working hard on the barbed wire fence, and then we can keep Snoopy and Prickly Pete and their horse friend out of the yard. I had another interesting Filipino experience today. I got attacked by ants all on my back, and I don't know what kind of ants they were, but I didn't even see them. But I'm mowing the grass in here in the bee yard, and actually it started over there. I was cutting just a very small pathway through here, up and around the other side, and as I was doing that, I felt a burning sensation in my back, and I thought it was the grass cutter, because the one complaint that I have about the grass cutter is that the engine gets very hot and transfers that heat through the tubular frame directly into your back, and the exhaust comes out very close to your back. So sometimes as you're doing things, you'll get burned. But usually I just shift, and twist my shoulders a bit, and burning sensation goes away. But this time it kept happening, hitting me over and over again, and I was like, my gosh, I got to take this thing off. And that's when I found out I was being bitten by some kind of ants. Yeah, so I got attacked by ants today for the first time. That was not pleasant, but part of the learning experience, I guess. And man, I'm just really happy about the way this bee yard looks right now. All right, let's go see what Digoy and Publing and Jason are up to. Yeah, Jason, everybody's favorite coconut husker. He's back, tensioning the barbed wire. And I don't know if they put a gate in there for me or not. Let's see what's going on here. Alright. One strand of barbed wire here. Okay. Looks like they've just got that twist knotted right there. This will be our gate. And it's going uphill. There. I'm really hoping that this will be finished today. That would make me feel much better. And pay attention, folks, look at this. Living fence posts. Combination, some of them are concrete, the rest are all kahoe fence posts. Beautiful. I'm told that these will re-sprout and keep on growing. And these are going to keep growing, right?
Yeah.
Grow more?
It's in leaves.
Oh, it's already got leaves?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, over there.
Oh, these aren't my graded glasses. Yeah, check it out. We've already got leaves growing. So thank you.
It's no leaves.
No, not on the other ones yet?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, subscribers. That was a great idea. And glad we had an opportunity to talk about that one. And it looks like it's going to work out just fine. Hopefully these other ones aren't too dried up and dead. But we've got some at least that are sprouting leaves. And it looks like that one does too. I know you're not going to be able to see it from here. But yep, we're going to go right up there. And then we're going to continue along our property line all the way back to the edge, to the cliff where our property joins the river. So let's see, it's not even 10 o'clock yet this morning. So hopefully we'll be able to get this knocked out by the end of the day. Okay, you may have guessed that, yes, I'm a beekeeper and bees are bugs, but I am not one of those guys who is completely intrigued and bug crazy. I'm not a wannabe entomologist. Bugs kind of creep me out, but sometimes you see something and you're like, oh my gosh, what is it? Like, remember the millipede at the other farm? Well, I have no idea what this is. But it's awful creepy. There was that golden bug, silvery shimmery thing at the other farm, and it was pretty awesome looking in a weird way, but I have no idea what that is. You just saw that on the fence post. And I had to get a picture of it. Just in case anybody knows what that is, shout it out, okay? But, it's time to put these bee stands together. Now, the bee stands are going to be very, very simple. It's 10:47 in the morning. We're getting into the hot part of the day. One thing that I like about this bee yard is that it's not completely in direct sunlight. There's a little bit of temporary shade, and it's nice. It's a little bit more comfortable over here. There's a good ring of trees around. I think I picked a good spot here, and there's a couple of coconut trees up there, but they're a good distance away. And then I've just got some smaller trees lining the perimeter of the bee yard. And one nice thing is that the coconut trees are far enough away that when we drop the nuts, they're not going to end up here bumping into the bees. And this tree right here was the only one that looks like coconuts have been falling into the yard. There's several here. Wow. And a couple over there, and over here. So looks like nuts do roll downhill over here. So I'm going to try to keep the bees away from this end of the bee yard. I'm going to start off putting them over on this side, and I'd like to line them up across this back, probably with the bees facing out so that they can fly under or over the barbed wire, and then I can work the back of the hives from inside here without any trouble. So I know it's pretty when they face in, and you can kind of sit and watch them coming and going, but they know where they're going, and they know how to find their way home. So if they leave and have to travel through some obstacles, I think that's actually going to be beneficial for them and help them not get picked off by the dragonflies and the birds quite as easily. So I'm just going to move a few things out of the way and start seeing if I can lay this out, and hopefully in just a little while we're going to end up with some hive stands. Alright, for the first one, I don't know if you can see it, that is right between the lines. And for here, again, it is right between the lines. So, right off the bat, I only had to move a little bit of dirt, a little bit of the weeds out of the way to get that completely level. Now we're ready to drop the boxes on top of there. I told everybody this is easy, and it's not that complicated, but everything's working out really well. The wind, okay, behind you is north, behind me is south, over this way is east. Typically when the winds and the storms come, they come from the east. So my first thought about putting the hive openings away to the back of the bee yard, facing out towards the barbed wire, was a really good idea. Good instincts on my part, if I must say so myself, because that way the entrances are facing away from the wind and away from the driving rain. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing over here, and we should be ready to roll on to the next project. I don't like to brag, but that's absolutely perfect. Perfectly level, side to side. So now I have one more challenging project, and now that's sort of in half. You see, here's my U shape. It's a tiny bit longer on one side than on the other. It's waving hello down there. And now I have to drive these. I have to repeat that 3 more times, and I'm going to drive these into the ground at an angle this way on both sides, so it's going to be 4 as an anchor, and then I'll have something to strap the bees down with. Wish me luck. Bending on the side. Okay, in theory this works. In practice it doesn't look quite so pretty, but I think it's still going to work. What I've done is bent these 10 mm rebar, you see down here, and got it driven into the ground a few feet. It's got this loop on it. I'm going to take a ratchet strap and hook it on here, and I'm going to stretch it to the other side, to this one. Now in my mind, these would have been all the way down at ground level, and they would have had super duper hold. But you know what? I'm leaning on this with all of my force, pulling it out the same way. Hi there. In theory, these would have been all the way down at the ground level, giving me almost 5 feet of support. And but you know, as far in as I got them, and look at I'm leaning on this, and they are not budging. And since I've got my hive stands relatively close together, just a couple, 2-3 feet in the middle, I put another one over here. Instead of using 4 pieces of rebar like I anticipated, I'm using 3. The one in the middle, I'm gonna hook to both sides, and I'm doing the same here. Man, we really wallop this thing. That is in there secure. So everybody's been asking me, what about the typhoons? What about the typhoons? Your bees are gonna blow over, they're gonna blow away. No, this is gonna be safe from the typhoon. When I get the ratchet straps over top from that end to this end, and a second one from this one to this one over here, I don't think those bees are going to go anywhere. And if I'm proven wrong at a later date, then I'll tell you about it. But I think it's not pretty. But hey, at least I'm not going to bump into them with the grass cutter now. I can see where they're at. And okay, so hive stands are done. Bee yard is mowed. I'm happy with the way it looks. You might be wondering why I did such a terrible job cutting the grass on my way back to the bee yard. I completely cleared the bee yard right down to the ground, and that's very, very short all the way across because I'm going to be working in there quite extensively. But you can see here's a very narrow path that I cut all the way through back to the payat, and I cut a little bit up there where we planted some fruit trees already. But the reason I did that is because this shy plant is completely in bloom, and I don't know if that produces nectar or pollen or what, but when I see blooms, when I see flowers on weeds, I just naturally assume that it's a pollen and nectar source. And then if I can get away with it, I'm not going to cut it. And I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's everywhere out here. Now, these did start to bloom a month or so ago. I don't know how long they're going to be in bloom. I don't know if the blooms are on their way out. But there are so many flowering weeds out here that I'm incredibly encouraged that we're going to have, at least during certain parts of the year, that we are going to have pollen and nectar coming in from multiple sources. And that's really what I was hoping for. I didn't want just coconut, but if I can get a few things coming in to aid in that nutrition, then I'm going to be very, very happy. There's another plant. It's in bloom. And more of it back here. Yellow ones or orange ones back here. I need to learn what all these things are. I see other bugs in here, so oh, there's a little tiny bee. It's on these, so I have a feeling that we have got alternate nectar and pollen sources right here in the yard, other than the coconuts. But coconuts are going to be primary. All right, so this is about it. This is about the end of the road on this project. Just a few more posts to go, and we are going to have a double wire, 2-wire fence all the way along this part here in the former rice field. And they're doing a great job here. This is absolutely fantastic. They got this down to a system. They string it out on the bara, unroll the spool, they add tension with that rope with a handle, and Degoy comes along and nails it in, or adds the tie wire and tensions it. This has been a beautiful project, and we've gotten a lot accomplished today. Today was twofold. We were able to get the rest of the fence strung. The hive stands are in the bee yard, so anytime the bees come, we're ready to go. The property is protected. Double strand of wire over here, double strand of wire on the other side by the main entrance. So I could not be happier, and this is absolutely fantastic. Sun is just starting to go over. I'm not exactly sure what time it is, but it's mid-afternoon, I think. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate you being here, and thanks for sticking with this project. It has been a long one, but we are almost done. Today should be the very last day, and from now on, when I come out here, it's gonna be a lot of bee work. As soon as the bees get here, they're going in the bee yard, and then all of this forage, all of these flowering weeds will become food for my bees, and these will all become part of my honey crop. It does look like this stuff is going to seed, so I don't know if there's going to be any nectar left in there or not. They've been blooming for some time, but I still do see bugs on them, attracted to them, so let's hope that there's something left. But bees are coming, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm in the most beautiful place on earth. I am in Bye Bye Lady in the Philippines. I am drenched to the bone. Today didn't get started the way I expected. I woke up this morning and it was pouring rain, and then it stopped raining, and I was like, yay, everything's awesome. We got out here, no sooner did we start unpacking the truck, it started to rain again, and I got drenched. And then I started to dry out, and then I went back to work and it got hot, and then I got drenched again with sweat. So you'll have that. That's work, and that's how it goes out here on the farm. I'm glad you're with me, and I hope you'll be here again soon when I post another video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Please share on your social media if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, please remember, wherever you are in the world, if you've got bees, you are definitely beekeeping in paradise. Be well, be safe, be kind. God bless. I love you all.